started this class. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to get started. So I want this class to be this first one. Hope you all can see my screen. Let me minimize it. Okay. Let me bring in my data set. The data set I'm going to be using still the Apocalypse series data set. Okay. So I'm going to do a review on the assignment I gave, but I want to do it at the end of the class. So that's what I'm going to do. So I want us to talk about the remaining one. I want us to finish the visualization today so that I can move on to publishing the next. So there are a couple of visuals I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the question and answer visual, which uses AI to give you you ask the question and it gives you the answer of the question by using a visual to visualize the data for you. So then I'm going to talk about the discompository tree visual, which also uses AI to give you information about your data. Then we're going to talk about how to add shapes, how to add buttons, all that, how to add text, and also how to use the smart narrative visual. And then how to bring in other visuals that are not here. You can get more visuals. So let's the data load. Yeah, confusing. This is that. The first one I'm going to talk about is the question and answer visual. So if you come to the visual, if you come down after the table, you'll see Q&A visual there. So if you click on the Q&A visual, so basically the Q&A visual is we can ask questions about our data and it will give us it's going to visualize our question using a particular chart or using a particular chart that we have here. So I'm waiting. So now here now we see this is the Q&A visual. Here I have some questions we can actually ask it. So this is say total unit sold. If I click on total unit sold, it's going to visualize total unit sold for me. If I say what is the total unit sold, it is that total unit sold is also giving them compare order and unit sold together. So compare customer ID and zip code together. What is the most recent Apocalypse sales? So you can use that the button you can click and get the answer. So I click on the last one, which is what is the most recent Apocalypse sales. So it's going to load that for me. So it's telling me the most recent. So this is this, which is the one we sold to Apocalypse Preppers United. This is the order ID. If you scroll, it's showing us in the table. So if you scroll, you're able to see more information. Order ID, product ID, unit sold to that, but the date is Tuesday, March 15, 2022. So it gives us every information about that using the table. So that's one of the things we can get. So we can click on any one of them that we have here, or we can actually type in the question ourselves. Let's say we want to get number of Apocalypse sales. So number of Apocalypse sales. That's yeah. That has the so let's say number of Apocalypse sales for the month of for the month of February. So for the month of February, number of apocalypse sales for the month of February. If I click here, I should be able to see that. So this is not showing because we have, let me use card vision to do that. It's blank. Number of apocalypse sales for the month of February is blank. That's not correct. Let me change it back. So go back to this. Let me just put for months by months. So number of other apocalypse sales by month, you can see it here. It's showing us the visual. You see, we just asked that question. We didn't need to bring in any visual. So this number of apocalypse sales for months is basically giving us, using the line chart to visualize it, giving us number of apocalypse sales for each month. So we can say number of apocalypse sales per month. That's another way you can type it, per month. So it gives us the same thing. So I can actually change this visual I have for this. If I don't want to use this visual that you use from. So this number of apocalypse sales is, it counts the row in apocalypse sales. That's number of orders per month. Number of orders per month. That's what this number of apocalypse sales does for us. Because to get the orders to get the total order, you count the apocalypse sales table using the count row. So if you say number of apocalypse sales per month, it will give us, for example, if you say number of apocalypse sales alone, it will give us, using the card visual, it will give us 74. But once number of apocalypse sales per month, it will give us, so you can now change the visual you have here. So you can change the visual to like bar. You can see it using the stack bar charts. You use it to visualize that. What we have here now and put it here. So now we can bring in another question and answer again. Q&A. So say total units sold. Units sold. Units sold per customer. Units sold per customer. Now I see this is what it's using to show it better, but I want to show it with the multi-row card. That's what I want to use. So type multi-row card. Multi-row card. So you see, visualize it with multi-row card for me. So I can see that here. So you can see. I can see that. So I just clicked on one, that's why it's showing like that. So I can see for each customer, you can see total units sold to them. So this card is the perfect person to use for this. So I can bring it here. So now we can ask other questions. So there are some questions that we would ask. This is our vision now that it will not be able to understand. For example, now let's say you know that total units sold is total sales, is our sales to get the total sales. So but if I say sales, I'm coming, I'll let you on it. If I say sales here now, you can say total sales. Let's see. Okay, let's just say sales. Sales. So you see, we don't understand what your question. But if I say units sold, you say units sold, I will get an answer. That's total units sold. So the reason because in that your data, it does not see anything that any column that contains that header sales. So we can actually train it to be able to understand those particular listings. There, I'm coming. Please don't let me just omit this simply. So, Mr. Favor, please go ahead and admit to answer the question.
Yes, thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. I'm sorry to take you a bit backward. I actually joined on time, but I was thrown out. But I think I've swapped my network now and it is stable. The first visual that you did on count of Apocalypse sales by month, I don't know what you did here, so I don't know if you can just quickly just recap so that I can flow with it.
What I'm actually, I'm still in the question and answer, Q&A visual. So what I did there is
How do we pick the Q and how do we pick the Q&A, please?
So to pick the Q&A, you come down. If you can see my mouse,
Yes, I can see it. I can
this
see it.
is it here. The one that is like a question mark icon. Can see it.
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one that you pick for the Q&A.
So
go ahead.
When you pick, will it give you a certain question that will guide you on your visuals, or you'll be the one to put the questions?
It will give you some key questions like buttons that you can click about that data, but you can ask a question yourself. The question that you didn't see there, you can ask the question yourself. So while typing, it gives you the columns you see. So if I try to type unit sold now, it will give me unit sold here. So if I say unit sold, you see unit sold is coming up. So you can see.
Yeah.
So it gives me choice. It helps me out while I'm typing the name of what I'm trying to do. So it helps me out on so that, because maybe if I don't know a particular the column name, the full column name, I can just type and it will show me that. But now, so you understand that, right, Mr. Favor?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
So I can type in anything. So for example, the one I did here now, this one is I said I think okay, number of Apocalypse sales. That's
sorry. Does it mean that when once you click on Q&A, it will give you this box that you are typing right away?
Yes, to give you the box.
Okay.
Okay. So should I move on? Okay. So as I was saying, the one I did here that you said I should do is number of Apocalypse sales. Apocalypse sales, you can see there, that's the table. Number of Apocalypse sales, that's the count of row per month. So the count order per month. So I can put in the visual I want. So I think this is scattered chart. Let's see. The one I use here. Scattered bar chart. So I can put in the visual.
So the visuals I'm seeing here appears to be a line chart.
Yeah, it's a line chart. It gives you any visual that looks better. You can use it. You can use this one if you want to use it. But I feel like this is not like usually perfect for me. I can use another one if I want. I can type in the name of the one I want, or I can just click out, select it again, and just click on any visual. It will show me the same data, the same thing I have here, but using that visual. So like the one I did here now, I already typed in what I want. So if I remove this, I can type it here and it will give me that. For I can actually just come here and click on any one of the visual that I want to use. You see, it gives me that visual.
Okay. I think I'm fine now.
Okay, so let me go continue. So as I was saying, so you know that our total unit sold, is sales. So let's say I want to do sales now. So because there's no column in my table that is named sales, so it will not really understand that term sales. So if I say sales, it's supposed to give me total unit sold. So if I say sales here, you see what it's going to give me. We don't understand your question. Try fixing double underline terms or ask it another way. So this way now I can just go and know the column of the name of the column I have there, which is my unit sold. Or I can just come when I type that sales, I can come in here. You see this, there's an icon. I don't know if you can see it very well, but if you look at this side, this is like settings icon at this left side inside. When you see this drill down and you have the settings icon here, if you click on it, another dialog will come up where you can teach the Q&A, the AI about, give it more information about your data. So if I click on teach Q&A here, now this thing I have data I does not understand will be selected. Then I'm going to ask me which column am I referring to using that term there. So I'm going to use the column. The column I'm referring to is the unit sold. So I put in that there and I save it. So so it's going to give me total units. So this is the preview result. This is my result here. So if I click on it, save this now. So it's saving and I think it's saved. Yes. Over. So I have my unit. You can see some of it. So that sales now can easily be understand. So even if I remove it and type sales again and enter, it gives me total units. Do you understand that? So if I want to do my what's it called, revenue, I know that my revenue I'm going to be using what's it called, adding two these things together. So I have to create the revenue myself from here, because basically the revenue is not just one particular listing. So if I say like if I for this one now, you know that unit sold is just one column, but to get the revenue now, we've not actually created anything about the revenue yet. What we have here is just the unit sold. We don't have the price and all that to create the revenue that we need. So we have to create the revenue here, or we bring it in. If you name it, if you give it any other name, anything you actually give it, you can change the name to revenue. If the revenue you want to use to analyze it, if you come here, type in it, you go tell the visual, if you have a column that this is meant to be my revenue, and it will, when you type it in here, it will automatically. So the reason why we're actually teaching this is because we can add this our Q&A question in our visual before publishing it. So that when we publish it, anybody that is viewing that our visual there, that you are trying to send it to, or people that you are trying to share the distance to, or people that we are trying to give it to, can actually ask questions about that data. So you should know the term that the person is going to use to ask questions, and you should teach the Q&A that this, if someone uses this term, this is what it means. If someone uses this term, this is what the person means about your data. So that's what that teach Q&A basically works perfectly for, because you already know about your data, but some people that are going to be using it don't know about that data. So you need to teach Q&A so that when they are using their own term, they should have a particular term that I have to use. For example, unit sold. Now I use unit sold now. Some people call it sales. So sales with, so whenever they call sales, that means even if it's not sales, it's just sale, it's still unit sold. So the AI now knows that anytime they call this name, I meant to give them unit sold. So that's that. So I can do more visual. That's basically teaching the AI to be able to understand terms that are going to be used to ask questions about this data. Okay, so please, do you understand that? Please, do you understand? Anybody ask questions, to raise his hand, or I'm not sure I can ask a question. Do we understand? Okay, Mr. Please go ahead and unmute. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, can you redo how you get to this Q&A? My network was out, so I couldn't get it. How to get there?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I will redo it. So any other question? Is there any other person that has a question that is not me redoing it? Is there any other question? Yeah, I will. Okay. Ms. Gomisola, is there no question? She here? Okay, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to repeat that. So to get the Q&A visual, I'm going to remove this. If you can see this one here that looks like a question icon, a question icon that you see here. So if you click on it, it will bring in the visual here for you, and it will give you buttons that you can use to buttons that contain questions that you can actually ask. So if I want to get total units sold like this now, if I click on this button to give me total units sold, if I remove that, I have more questions. But depending on the data that you're using, it will give you more questions. The data that we're using is not that big. So the question that is going to give us is not really going to be that much. But if you have a very big data, you have more questions, and it's going to visualize. It's going to show you here. And you can click on more suggestions and it give you more suggestions. But this one is still small because this data is not that big. But you can see more suggestions will give you more. So you can compare with this, compare with any one of this here. You can also type in what you want by yourself. So let's say I want to tell total units sold per month. So units sold per month per month. So I want to use the pie chart. So units sold per month, using the pie chart, you can see the seeing my units sold per month there. I can put it somewhere here. Units sold per month. Yeah. So I can move this up. So this so you see, with this now I've gotten the units sold per month and I've visualized it with my pie chart. So I can bring in more I want to add more questions. I bring in my Q&A here. And I can ask more questions. Then I said that you can also train your AI to know some particular keywords that people are going to search, because the reason is because this our visual diary, this Q&A, you can actually add it as a visual here, keep it like this, so that people can ask a question about our data and it's going to visualize that. It's going to bring out that question, that answer for them when we have already published our visual. We can just put it there so that people can ask questions about the data and we'll get answer on that question. So to train it, it basically come here. If you have any error that it doesn't understand, you come here, click on train. It will select that particular one for you. Then you can just type, give it the unit, the column that you're actually referring to. So I already did sales. So the sales is already there until I close my Power BI and open it back. So let's say I want to do unit price. Unit price. The unit price is because price is here, it will automatically show us price, but it's saying the unit, we don't understand, we are not sure because but this is meant to be together, unit price. That's what I want to. So if I remove this space there, unit price, you see, so because the two of them are together. So what I can do is come to my button here and then go to teach Q&A. So here I can now go to the type in what I'm referring to. The unit price is the price column. So whenever I see unit price, I should know that this is the price column. So I'm going to save it there. So to see the ones I already saved, review come to. Okay, so just okay, this is manage terms. This is manage terms. This one I already did. Sales unit sold, unit price. So I can delete the one I don't want. If I click on anyone here, I can delete. So if I don't delete this, I can delete this here like this now. So if that one has been deleted now. If I want to put, I can put it back again, but I've already deleted it. So let me go back now. So if you go back to our vision, now you see that unit price is now showing us the price column there. So you can do total unit price. So total unit price. Okay, now this total will count is count of price. That's what it's going to do. That price is just 10. So it's count of price because I have 10 products. So we should do number instead of count, total. So number, or do count. Number is just going to give us number count of also count. Count unit price. Okay. So unit price. Okay, yeah. Sum of unit price will give us the sum of those unit price. All of unit price sum together This is some of it. So 299.19. I put it, you can change the visual, editing and all that to show dollar and all that, you know. But this, you can change if you want, if you don't want the question and answer, this thing should show here up here. You just go and select the visual that you have here. So you want have card, click on card, the card automatic card visual will show, then the Q&A will go out and I have my view there. So please, do you understand that person that asked the question? Hope is sum of price. Yeah, thanks. So the person that asked the question, please, do you understand now so that I can move on? Or do you understand any question? Any question and there's a question and answer. The Q&A or the full question and answer. So any question, you can actually use it to create a full visual. Your dashboard can actually be what you use to create your full dashboard. So go ahead and let's over.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
My question is simple, although it might look somehow. Like coming to the sum of units sold by price. Can I control copy this and put on another page?
This one?
This one.
Yeah, you can copy it.
Okay, all right. That's all. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so any other question? Any other question? In the episode of any other question, I'm going to move on to the next one. So the next one we want to talk about is another AI dedicated visual. So AI, so that the name is discomposition tree. So I'm going to create, I can put it here, but it's not going to look that. I'm going to create a new page for it. So this new page here now, I can bring in my so this is it here. This composition tree visual. So bring it up here. So this basically adds a term, then we can analyze that term, explain that term by different states, different action or different steps. For example, now let's say I want to explain my unit sold, or if I want to unit sold should be better, count of row can also be there. For unit sold, that's sum of units sold explained by. So you have explained by this thing here. So explained by customer, explained by price, explained by product name, explained by states, explained by state. I can put in different states I want to explain it by. Explain by, I want to explain by city, I want to explain by dates. So date is going to give me the day, the month, and everything there. And I need the year, the quarter, the month, and the day. So if I come, see, so when I come to this now, I have the total units, the sum of units sold here. Then I have a plus icon here. So with this plus icon, I can now explain what I want to. So I want to explain this by customer name. So it's going to show me all the customers, and it's going to show me total units sold to those customers. So this is being explained by customer name now. So I can click, I can go back. If I want to remove the customer name, I can click here, cancel customer name. So if I click up here, I can also explain by price. So for each price, you can see the price and the units sold for that price, each prices and the units sold under that price. The total units sold for that product and the price I have there. You have that explained by that. You can come back to there and there place and click states. Can explain by state. Explain by state. You have states here. So you can bring in all this on product name, explain by product name. So for each and every one of the products, you can see total units sold for those products. So that's what you can do with this. But you can actually use AI to know. So we have high value and low value. So if I click on high value, this is AI. This light bulb, the one that has light bulb on it, is AI. So because of the kind of data we are using to explain by, this is what it will give us. First quarter, our total units sold of 3,001. So but with this, you can open up. So on this first quarter, I want to know price. We want to explain by price. So you can see we have more explanation. But we have first quarter, we have just one quarter. But if we add more than one quarter, it will give us those quarters there. So if you want to know low, you want to just get the lower. So this just gives us the high value. We can get the low value. So low values, like now we're using the days. So it's going to show us the lower values. So if you go up, you get the higher ones. So it's using this, it's explaining it by the day, because that's the perfect. The AI is using the day column, because if you put in your dates into this one I used to explain by, it's going to analyze, it's going to break it down to day, the year, the day, the month, and the quarter, and all that. So now what the AI is using to explain the low value is using the day column that has already been broken down there. This is how I explain by. So you can see, so for the ones that will get the lower one, which is in the 31st days, we had 49. In the 30th days, we have 16. In the 29 days, we have 9. In the 28th, we have 10, 27, 116, 26, 174, 25. So all those days. So if you move up, we have from 21 to, we have, we have like 30. We have 3 months. We have January, February, and March. So for January, we had like 1st to 31st, then 1st to 31st. Then we have March, we have 1st to 31st or 1st to 30th. Then we have February, we have 1st to 28th. So now what it just does is going through all those dates, it will add all those units sold in all those, for like the first, for each and every one of those months, we sold up to 136 units. So what we did now is trying to show us the lower value, because when we do the lower value again, you see what it does? It starts from the lower value. You can see, show us where we have the lower ones. But if you go up, you can see that we'll have the higher ones up than the lower, than the below. So if you can come down, you have this down here. So that's the AI explaining it by the day for us. So not just the day, we can now expand it more. If you want to expand it more, you can come here and click on customer name. So the customers that we sold to the day 22nd, for each and every one of those is just Alex the Analytic Apocalypse Preppers. I think that's the full name. Apocalypse Preppers. Then we have Uncle Jonas Prep Shop. That's the who we sold on 22. So if you come down to this part, you see the ones for 24th, 25th. You click on them, you should get the answer for that. If you click on this, you will get the answer for that particular one. So we can give more explanation. We can explain by month. If you come to this now, want to know monthly for months. So the month we sold to this particular customer is in February, and we sold 32 units to the customer in February, and on the 22. So you see, we are explaining it by different scenarios. Using the dates, using the day, using the customer, using the month, can use the state. So, but this customer is coming from one particular state. So if you put it here, it's going to give you one particular state, which is New York. So if I come to this customer I have here, so it will show me it's in January. We have for this customer here, and it's in Texas. Customer is coming from Texas. So depending on the data you have more ways you can explain your data, the unit sold by. So isn't it? So even have more we can do here. So if I want to start with the states for each state, and then I want to go to the months. So in Minnesota, we sold in January, February, and March. Come down to this, we sold in January, February, and March. Come down to this, in New York, we sold in January. So we want to know the months we sold in each and every one of the states. So we sold for each state we sold we sold there every month. So the same thing for Texas too. We sold there every month. So we can know total units sold for each and every one of the states depending on the month we have. So for the New York, coming to January, we sold only 273 units. Then in February, we sold 253 units. In March, we sold 87 units. So So I can add in more stuff here that I want to explain by, not just this. I can keep adding my option to explain by. So Miss Sola, please go ahead on me.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Welcome.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I've been in transit, so but I've been following.
Okay.
So I just have two questions. Number one, for the question and answer stuff, where just show me the icon that you picked for that question.
I'll show you. So the second question.
Second question, this one that you are doing, are you right click? Are you right clicking to bring in the stuff on this screen now?
To bring
Are you when you state and month, is it right click that is bringing?
It's left.
And what is
so just click on the plus icon in front. Not right click. I'm not right clicking. I'm left clicking, but I'm just clicking on the icon. There's a plus icon in front of it. So I think let me zoom in so you can see it perfectly.
Okay, I've seen.
You see, there's a plus icon in front. So if you click on the plus icon, it gives you something you can explain back. So you select anyone.
Okay, but what is this visual now?
This is decomposition tree. This is it here. This is it. You can see it, right?
Okay. Okay.
And this is the Q&A. Beside it, you have the Q&A.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yep. So you can add more this thing you want to explain by. So in January, I want to know this is the state. I want to know for prices. So in the price, this is the prices we sold. You have 70 units sold in the price. The one that has the price of $28.99 dollars in naira, $30.25, $39 price. We sold 7 units there. So you can know the higher prices, how many units you sold, the lesser prices, how many units you sold. So that's how we can also do that. So you can expand it more and more depending on what you want to explain by. You can click expand, explain it by different this what to do there. Okay. So any question on this? Any question? So this thing is not hard. You have two places you add source. You have the analyze and you have explain by. So the analyze is the one you want to analyze, the unit sold, the total profit, anything you want to analyze, you add it there. Then you have explain by, you add the state you want to explain by. So if it's state, if it's date purchased, if it's price, unit sold, product name, customer, day, all that, you can add it there. There are more stuff you can add there. You can add city, you can add order. So you can add all that there to explain by. So please, any question? So please, if you have a question, ask, because we don't have much to talk about. If you have a question, please go ahead and ask a question. Or raise your hand up. Okay, so in the absence of any questions, I'm going to move on to the next thing. So the next thing I want to talk about is the smart narrative. The smart narrative. So the smart narrative helps us analyze, summarize our data. Everything we have here now, gives a summary of it. So we know this is our just visuals. But if I click on this, after the Q&A, you have smart narrative. If I click on it, it's going to help me analyze, summarize all my this thing I have here. It's going to give me a summary of it. So you can see at 31st January, it had the highest count of apocalypse sales, and the highest count of apocalypse sales was 100% higher than March, which had the lowest count of apocalypse sales at 15. So we have another one, which is January had the highest count of apocalypse sales at 31st, followed by February at 28 and March at 15. January accounted for 41.89% of count of apocalypse sales, which the one is basically using here is just this one, because this one, the one that is basically because all these ones are already analyzed perfectly well, but this is the one we are really going to analyze more. So if you have more visual, it gives you more narrative. So let's say I want to know total units sold. I'm going to bring in Q&A. I'm going to use Q&A again because I don't have the. So Unit sold. Like I say sales. Okay, I've removed sales. So it's going to be unit sold. Unit sold per state. So I'm going to unit sold per state. I'm going to leave that out. I want to bring this down. So I'm going to visualize this with my here. That's all right. Good. So let me delete this. Let me let me delete this. Then not summary. Let's you can select a particular one to summarize. We want visual. So it summarizes that for us too. You can see. I want to do it in a new video. So it's doing it on that same video that I have, but I don't want it to be like that. I want to do it in a new video. So I can select a particular visual, then I can if I select this visual now, I can bring in but to do it, I have to duplicate this visual I have here. So copy and paste. If you have to, so I can easily use this now to create my smart narrative. So now it analyze that data that I have here for me. So you can see it just summarize it at 951. Texas had the highest sum of units sold and was 56.16% higher than the next state, which had the lowest sum of units sold at 609. So Texas had the highest sum of units sold, followed by Minnesota, New York, and then the last one. Then after Texas accounted for 31.69% of sum of units sold across all 4 states. Sum of units sold range from 609 to 951. That's a good summary of this visual we have here. So we can now bring this summary now, bring it down. Look at this. So can I do the report? The reason I have there, change the color and all that with this one, but no, I'm going to come back to that. I want to do this first. There. Bring it down here, and I can make it smaller and put it beside that visual I have there. So I do it like this. So that's what the smart narrative does for us. So the smart narrative summarizes the particular visual, or you can also keep it and it will summarize your whole data for you, your whole visual, the whole dashboard for you, and give you a text that you can put in there. So and you can also select different visual that you have there, add like to summarize them. So and if you filter, it summarizes for that particular. So you see, January had 31 counts of apocalypses because we already selected for January. So this one also changes. You can see at 399, Texas had the highest sum of units sold and was 46.15% higher than New York, which had the lowest value, which is for the month of January. So you can put a filter, a slicer, because we are just using a particular visual to filter. So I can put in, but I can also put a filter, a slicer to use it to filter my data. So if I filter, the smart narrative also filters to that particular one I have. So if it's for the month of January, it will only show for the month of January alone. My narrative will only be for the month of January alone. So just press there. So it just summarizes that particular. So if I select this, just summarize for only the month of January. I select March, only the month of March. So if you see this is changed for the month of March alone, I summarize this is always changed for the month of March alone. So that's that for the smart narrative. You can just use it to analyze. You can change the color, text color, do everything you want to do in between. You can do it from there actually. Click here, you have different color. You can make it bold, okay, bold text, and increase the font size of the text. So you can, if you do that, you have to highlight. I'm not highlighted on this. I'll give it the color. So this is the color I want it to have. So I can also highlight it again. So click on save, double click to take you in here. So click on highlight it, and then you can do whatever you want to do, make it bolder, make it bigger, and all that from here. So and also this what I'm doing here, this is not creating the dashboard. If you look, I'm just showing you the visual because this is not looking nice. If you're creating a dashboard, you have to make sure you arrange your visuals to look more appealing than what I have here now. I'm going to show you how to what things you can do to arrange and all that. So, but for now, you can color, you can align, you can add link to a particular part of this. You can select one particular section like this and add a link. And I select this section and I can select it. I can make it script, subscript and superscript. I can add a link to it, that particular one there. If you have a link, just place it in here and the link will click on it to take you to wherever you want to go to and all that. So that is that. Then, so that's how you can add all those visuals. You have I already showed you the smart visual, the Q&A visual, the discompository tree. So then you can get more visuals. There are places you can get more visuals. I'm coming and click out of this. I come to my visual here. I come down here and click on get more visuals. Now, because I'm not signed in, it's going to tell me to sign in. But if I'm signed in, it will take me to where I can get my I can automatically see more visuals there that I can choose. We have infographics visual, we have KPI embedded with AI2 visual. They are there. There are plenty visuals. You're not just limited to one you have here. You can get more visuals when you get to get your what's it called? Get more visuals give you. You can also download a particular, you can download a visual file and you can come here and import it yourself. Then you can remove a particular visual you want to. Restore a visual. You want to restore a visual into you're about to create a default visual. So you can restore a particular visual. Click on OK. So I don't really have any visual I want to like, but this is the most important one. Get more visual. So this I'm going to show you when I create because I need to have a Power BI service account and I log it in here before I'll be able to create my visual. That's just for the new. If you are using the old Power BI version, you should be able to see more visual without having an account. But because this is the latest version, I would need to get an account to be able to see more visual. So in the next class, I'm going to show you how to create a Power BI service account and sign in here to be able to get more visual and also how to publish the Power BI service. That's what we're going to talk about in the next class. So, but let me move on. So creating a dashboard, you need to make your dashboard look better. So there are other stuff that we can add to make our dashboard look better. For example, when we come to up here, when we click on any visual, we can see different things we can do. We can add text box, we can add a new set of visuals from here. You can see we can add there. But if we come to the insert part of this visual area, we will have more visuals. You can get visuals from here, more visuals from app source, from file. new visuals. You can get new visuals, any visual that is new. Then you can get a Power BI apps. All these ones are paid service that you need. So, but the one we really need to know is this particular one here, which is elements. So here you can get text box, which you can use to add a text, like for our header. So I'm going to do this in a new page, and I'm going to copy all this I have here to that page. So here now I can do is I can bring in a text box where I can type in the text. So I can type in my text like sales. So the text can be sales reports. Sales reports. Yeah, so let's say the name of the company is Apuka Apocalypse. Let's give it any name. That's just that. For Apocalypse sales reports for. So it can be the title of the report, or it can be just the name of the company. So you can give anything you want to put it as the title there. You can put it there, and you can make it bigger like this. Make it bigger. Change the font size. Change the color. So to change the color, you have to highlight it. Make it bold. Increase the font size. And align to the center. And then change color to blue or any color you want. Then you can also change background color by selecting the visual. Coming to general properties, text effects, change from white to any color you want, black. So I have that background color there. So that's the text, that's text box. I use it to add different text. I can actually use the text box to do my summary. If I don't want to use smart narrative, I can just type the summary myself using my text box too. So then I have button. I can create buttons. I can create a left and right button. So the left and right button can move me through the pages. So one button that can move me through the pages. If I click on the button, it will take me to the page like this. But that's going to be my dashboard when I'm previewing it. Or I want to create a particular button. This is going to take me back. This is to reset. So it will reset. So I want a button that would this one left or right take you forward or backward. But I want a button. I can create a blank button, which can be, I can give it any text I want. So the button shape can be, I can start the button here. It can be hover. I can put anything in hover state or just put it in default. You can add rounded corners to it. You can style it, add colors. So text style, click on text style, turn on the text first of all. Why is it not turning? Okay. Okay, so I have it on. So I can put in the text I want. So I can do, maybe I can name this report anything I want to name it. So I can put in sales reports, or maybe targets. So this is meant to take me to targets. So our targets dashboard report. So we have another report that has targets on it. So this button is going to take me there. So I can click there. I can change the color, the text color to any blue color, and I can add shadow to it. Turn on the shadow. So it has the shadow. So it has an inner, but it doesn't have a background color. So I'll select that. I'll come to general effects and then turn on background color and give it the color of orange. So I give it the background color. So I don't need to have a border. So you can remove border, come to style, come down. The border is on, so remove border. You have no border there. You can make the text bigger. Come here. Increase text sponsor. That's what target is. It's going to take us to the target page. Then now you see it's not clickable because we've not actually added something to it. We have to add action. So what is the action it's going to take? That's what it's going to take when we click on it. So we can say navigate page. So navigate page is going to take us to the particular page we want. So I'm going to change the name of this page to let me change this one. Should be my targets page. So I want that when I click on that button, it should take me to the target page. So I click on the button and go to action. Then I can come down here and click on target. So when I click on it, but if I only need to click now, I have to put control click to take me to this target page. You see, I'm in the target that report now. So I can add in buttons into the different reports I want to create to be able to move from different reports by clicking on those buttons. So with this, now I have this button for this. So I can have other buttons that will take me to other pages too. So this, I've already given you an action. I can give it other actions. If I want it to take me to the back or forward, if I come to this action, this thing, type action, I can take it to Q&A. Take me to Q&A. To open a Q&A this thing for me, then I can ask a question about my data. So I can say, I want to get total units sold. Now, you can see total units sold here. Yeah. So you can use it to like open Q&A for you total units sold. You order by ID, you can say it, ID and zip code compared together. You can take to a URL, website URL, you can put it to website URL, type it the URL here, put in the URL there to take you there. You can tell it to apply a slicer. So, but we don't have anything here to be able to use this now. Apply all slicer. If you have a slicer there, to apply the slicer you have there. Clear slicer. This button will always clear the slicer. This change will affect slicer behavior. Okay, so if I clear slicer, like if I put it as clear slicer, when I click on it, all the slicer that I have on will be cleared. So let's see. So I'm going to still redo this clear slicer on later. So that when I bring in my listing here, I'll bring the slicer and I'll show you how it works better. You can put in a button that you use to clear your slicer. When the person wants to clear the slicer, you can click on that button and clear the slicer for you. So I already have the menu here. So let's start adding our listing there. So to add, so let's come, because this is what I want to do. This is the report I want to transfer to this side. So I want to add this report. Let's remove this. So if I want, I will copy this, Ctrl C, copy, and come to this page. So before adding it, I want to add a shape. So we can add a shape, can add different shapes. You see, this is a shape, and I can add my view, this in behind the shape. I can create a shape of sections of things I want to put. So let's say I want to put the shape here now. I want to have like a shape here. Why is this in so small now? Let me use mine. So I can edit the shape. Like the shape is just something I want to put behind. So I want to put this shape somewhere here so that I can easily just put my visual on top of it. If I Ctrl V, paste my visual here, and bring it down like this, make it smaller. I want it to be here, bring it in here like this. So I can bring in another visual. Bring another visual like this, sum of by state. So Ctrl C, copy, come back to your page, and Ctrl V to paste. So put it here, and then so I can put it here, and I can put this here. So I can change the color formatting for this too. So if I want to change the color formatting, let me change it for this now. I want to change this back color. I don't like the color, so I want to change the color value. Not this bars. So bar color for this is going to be orange for me. I think it's better like so that they have different colors. like this. So now I have this like this. I can actually increase it, make it look up to this, like make it bigger so that this one will be here. But I want to bring in more visuals. So come here, bring in that unit. So for each customer, so I'm going to put it in a multi-row card visual. So instead of Q&A, so I want it to be in a multi-row card visual. Then I'm going to bring it. I want to copy it. I'm going to copy it. Control C. Click out. Control C. Come to my page here. I'm going to paste this. Yeah. So I can bring this somewhere around here. So let's say I want to bring in a shape. Another shape. I want this. Can bring in any type of shape. We have different shape. We have shape that has an angle here. Can bring in triangle. Oh yeah. Very sorry, my network went off for a while. So I'm going to try to share my listening here. Very sorry. So I'm going to share. So I'm bringing a shape. Hope you guys are here with me. Showing me out on me. So let's continue. So now I can. So basically, what I'm doing is just trying to create a basic dashboard for you to see how a dashboard is going to look more appealing. So I'm going to bring in this here. So now this one is in front of that distance. So if you right click click on it and come to formats, you can easily send this one to back and the other one will come to the front. So if I click out of this, see this one will show now. Okay, so if I click out of this one will show now, and I have my listing. So I can select the two of them. Select the two, select this, and select this, and I can move this up like this and click out to have them there. So I can add more visuals this part. So okay, so this my this visual I have here. So I want to show it there. So I just need to copy it, Control C. Come here. So I can put it down here. Okay. I'll put this down here. I make this bigger. Select the two of them. So that I don't need more space in there. So I have them here. So I can change the color of this background color. Just creating a basic one, not really not bad. So I'm going to come here, come to effect, change background color to dark blue. And then dark blue is already there. So I'm going to use coming out, let you on the direction. And let's look for a more appealing color for it. So I can just change it to any color I want. So I want light blue, and I can change the layout color, this color and all that. Yeah. So please go ahead and I'm going to answer your question.
Okay, so for this now, if we put in smart whatever, it's going to analyze everything or just data.
Yes, okay. What you need to do is click on a particular, don't select a particular visual. Click out, make sure that you're selecting on any of the visual, and then click on smart narrative. I'm sorry. Smart narrative, and it needs to analyze everything for you. But if you click on a particular one, it will analyze that one.
Okay.
You can actually even filter it through. You can put slider, filter through, and all that with that. You can put your smart narratives here. I'm going to bring it down here. You can put it down here. But this is not a good enough space for it, though.
Yeah.
Create a better space for it.
Thank you.
So yeah. So you can create buttons, you can do different stuff to this. This is just the basic dashboard. Mine is just show you. You need to make it more appealing, make it look better. So that's that. For me, I prefer if I try to create if I want to create a dashboard, I should like get like 2 or 3 colors. Maybe if it's the company color, I use to create dashboard. Stick with that color, nothing less about those colors. So maybe for the text, I can change like white, put in white color and black color. But my this thing will be stick. So if you are using like two or 3 colors, it makes your visual look better than when you have multicolor there. The 2 or 3 colors better. 2 colors is perfect. 3 colors still okay. So you can just use that maybe for the backgrounds, for the header text, visual, you have those colors there. But for the text, you can still have your black and still have your white on it. For those backgrounds, you can change the colors. You can put different buttons. You can put buttons that takes you to different pages you want to. So this button is, if I hold it down, it takes me to, it does not have any action. So, but if I come here, I can add the action for it. Okay, this action is to clear slicer. I'm coming. So I can add an action like to page nav. I can select the nav, which is target. So I'm coming. So let's go ahead and unmute. Go ahead and unmute.
Thank you.
Yeah, so give me some.
Yeah, sorry. Like this is not narrative. Does it usually analyze the visual based on what we have in
the what? I didn't get what you asked. The first thing you said.
Smart narrative.
Yes.
So will it narrate exactly what we have in the visual?
That's what it does.
So whatever narrative it gave us.
What it does is it's not really writing like that. What it's going to do is it's going to show you, it's going to tell you the ones where you have the higher profit and where you have the lower. So let me use one. So let me say for this count of months now, if I select it and if I go to the narrative, smart narrative, yeah. Now I'm supposed to copy it out so that I can still have my visual, but I did not copy it. But it's at 31st, January had the highest count of Apocalypse sales. That's the count of order. So I can change the text. So that's count of order, and was 106.67% higher than March, which has the highest count of Apocalypse sales, which is going to be our order at 15. So January at the highest, you come down to next one. January had the highest count of Apocalypse sales at 31st, followed by February at 28 and March at 15. January accounted for 41.89% of count of Apocalypse sales. January had 31 count of Apocalypse sales. February had 28 and March had 15. So you see, this, if someone reads this, you understand that this thing better. Yes, so please let's ask questions. So this is how you can create our dashboard. You can add buttons. So select where you want the button. If you want it to go to link, go to that action area, put in select the type of actions. This link you want, you have web URL. Depending on anyone you want, you can select it there and do that. So if you want to go to page to pages, you can do that. Okay, so go ahead and unmute. Ask a question, Mr. Francis.
Yeah, if we want to use a narrative for like you did now, so how do we get this information out? By putting it on that visual.
If you want to get it out, I don't get it.
Yes, for that particular visual. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you want to get that, if you want, I don't understand. I think what you meant is like the visual to remain there. Because if you are saying
okay, what I'm trying to say is that I might want to do narrative for each visual that I have on the dashboard.
If you select any one of them, if you want to do it one by one, you select any one of them and select the narrative visual. But if you want to do everything, click out, not select any visual, and click on smart narrative, and it will analyze everything you have there. But if you select a particular one,
what I mean is that if I want to put the narrative on that particular visual, I want the narrative based on that particular visual to be under it.
You can do it. You can do it. If I go back now, that's simple. If I go back here, let me go back so that I can get my visual back. So I have this visual. So if I copy it, Control-C and paste. Control-C, paste. That's what I want to do. So bring this out and use my smart narrative.
Oh.
So you're getting it. So with this now, the visual will still be there and the narrative will be there. So I can make the narrative smaller and put it underneath it.
Okay. Now I understand. That's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so please, questions. If you have questions, let's ask questions. Let's ask questions. Let's ask questions. Okay. If you have any question you want to ask, go ahead and ask a question now.
So now, if you are doing any featuring or sizing from the entire dashboard, so will you also slice what we have in that narrative?
Yes. If I'm doing for just Texas, the month of Texas, just watch the data.
Yeah.
Now, everything, even the narrative will change.
Yeah.
You see now, at
Exactly.
10, January had the highest count of apocalypse sales. So that it just that particular state.
Okay.
I guess that's what it's going to give us because we already slice it. So it's basically perfect to always use slicer. So to bring in slicer, it's easy. If you come to your visual, so instead of using this, even instead of clicking in here, you can bring in the slicer you want to use. So bring in this slicer here. I can put in my state as my slicer. So put state as slicer. So click out. So if I click on the slicer here now, it slices that down too.
Yeah.
It's going to go down. If I click on any one of this, it's going to slice it down too.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So also, is the narrative editable?
You can edit it if you want. You see, it's a text. See?
So someone can add to it.
You can add to it, but if you are deleting one particular one, you can add, but if you delete one particular one, you are deleting that whole particular thing. See, if for example, I have January had the highest count of this right now. If I want to delete, if I delete anything there, it's going to delete the whole. But I can add my own text if I want.
Okay, it's going to delete that particular paragraph.
But I can add my own if I want to add my own. If I'm deleting it, it's going to delete that particular paragraph.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So any question? Okay, so you can add slicers, different slicers that you want. Can also be added there if you want to.
I don't know if this part of the class. What if you are trying to do a measure based on you are using a map and it's not populating? What could be the reason?
You want to do it?
Or probably you've already do measure based on a map. So like geographical area.
Yeah.
So and you close your work product, and it probably you come back to it and you discover that the map is not populating again. So what could be the reason? Why is that after you have saved your work, why is the map not populating again?
Map not working, map, Abby?
Yes.
So the map, I don't know, the map is always having this kind of issue. So what you can do, the 3 things you can do. First thing is use your data. Turn on your data. If you turn on your data, it might work. Maybe that's the reason it's not working. But if you can also come to the file, I don't think that, because in your case, I think it's just the data that is not turned on. But if it's not that, just come to file, option and settings, then
you go
option.
To source.
I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming.
Privacy.
I will restart it again. The scene is taking time. Okay. So we come to this slide and come to where is privacy? Yeah.
Privacy.
Not this particular place. Not this.
Privacy.
No, not this place. Oh, let's forget where that is every time. Okay, so security, not privacy, security. Come down. Yeah, so this is your field map. So you see, my own is not on. So if I was using map and this is not work, I need to turn it on. So after turning it on now, you need to close your Power BI and reopen it so that it will start working.
I think I've done something like this and keep giving me yourself.
It did not work.
It doesn't populate. I have to restart the entire visual to start putting it again.
It should be data or just, I don't. That map is just always fluctuates sometimes. The issues it has.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Please, what's the work of targets? So the target is just a targets. Targets where? Let me really understand what you mean by targets. Yeah. Is it the target of the button here? This target here is button. So the button is taking me to another page called target. So the button can be anything I want. If that's what you're talking about, the button can be anything you want. It can be taking you to a URL, to a website, a website entirely, a different website entirely. It can take you to another report. So these different reports, you can put it here. It can take you to, you can open a Q&A question, Q&A distance for you. So if I come down here, selecting that, see this, yeah, this is where I can do, with this, I'm in the page navigation. So the page navigation, I can put in the navigation, you just navigate through the pages. So that's, I can select the page I want to navigate to with this button. So then I have other things I can do. I can do Q&A. So when I go control this, it opens the Q&A visual for me. I can ask my question and see the answer with this here. So with that, I can also go to bookmap, go to bookmap too. I click it to take me to bookmap. I can, there are different things I can do URL, slicer. So this is way to slicer clearer. If I put in a particular slicer, if I go down, Control Shift, you see that slicer has been cleared. So you can see I have this slicer selected. If I click on this button, Control, with this in this place, I have to use Control. But if I already published it, I don't need to use Control. But for here, now I have to use Control to be able to click on the button. If I hold down Control and click on it, it clears that slicer. That's what it clears all sliders does. So apply all slicer, apply sliders click. We have to. So this change will affect them. Okay. So put them. Let's choose more than one slicer. And you can clear them. Let me see question. Where is Mr. Sani? Right there. Maybe man. He's available. It's not around here with me, but he's available. You guys are going to see him soon. He's going to be the one taking you guys on SQL. So I'm gonna see him. Okay, so let me just continue. So you can clear slicer with the that you can put URL as I was saying for the button. So you can create different buttons. You can create a button that takes you to left or right. So if I come back to this place, I have different type of buttons. So this will take me to the left. If I hold down Control and click on this. Okay, sorry, Control. Let's add an option to it. Let's add an option first. Okay, no option. So back to Control. I click on this. Will take me back to the page I have behind me. So you can see Control takes me back. So that's, you can do the one that take you forward and one that take you back to the pages like this and on. Okay, so please let's ask a question. Any question? Any question?
Please. Hello, sorry, Mr.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think I joined late, so I don't know if
Voice, I'm connected back now. Okay, so please, I'm very sorry for that network issue again. Network is just bad right now. Okay, so please go ahead. Someone was asking a question. Mr. Francis, please go ahead. Maybe I don't know if you're going to ask a question. Can you see me, Mr. Francis? Can you guys hear me? Can we all hear me? Please, you guys should indicate that you can hear me so that I know that you cannot hear me. Can you hear me? Very sorry, this net. Sorry, I'm very sorry. The network is just failing me. So, Mr. Francis, please go ahead and meet and ask your question, please. Very sorry.
yeah, thank you. Welcome back. Yeah. I said, can you help start from how you were able to set that target item?
I was able to get what?
Yes, I came in late.
The button, right?
Yes, how you set, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Network. Oh, network. Oh.
We can hear you now.
I changed my network. This is the third network I'm using now. The place I am that the network is so bad. Okay, so to get the button, depending on anyone you want to get. Can you guys see the screen now? Mr. Francis, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So to get the button
I
is
can.
come to insert, come to the in the menu, the menu tab, go to insert, you see your button right here. So click on it, you can get the type of button you want. You want the reset button, back button, info button, help button, Q&A, to get the Q&A button, bookmark, blank button, apply slicer. All those things we had here, we can put in there. That's all we're having here. I put apply slicer button. You can come here. It is apply slicer. It has the text apply slicer on it. You can get an apply slicer button, and you can put an action to it, which is going to be apply slicer. And you can put bookmark button. So can put the action to take you to your bookmark from this one here. That's recording. I think it's recording. Oh, I'm recording, sharp. Okay, I'm recording.
It's okay.
Okay. So I can add any button I want, depending on what I want to do. So I can also get blank button, which I have to type my text and what I want it to do with this one here. Then to add the action, you can see here you have the action, this segment here. Under the list of formatting options you have for the button, you have the action. The action you can add the action you want it to display, the action you want it to carry out, what you want it to do for you. So you want this is back as default, you can put the URL, clear slider, apply slider, navigate pages, page navigation. The page navigation you can also do so you navigate through the different reports you have with that. Can do Q&A. So but if you are in this your report now, in this Power BI report visual area now, to open to click to be able to apply that action, to click so that action will come out, you have to hold down your control. But if you have already published your dashboard, you don't need to hold down control, or the person that's going to be doing don't need to hold down control. You just click, take it to the next thing or wherever you want it to be. So you can format it. That's why I use formatting. You can add different format. Change the type of shape you want. Style, font style, you can change. Text, you can add color and text. So what you want the button to do. Click. I can just put anything I want to put in that place as the name. Can style it, add color, background color, bold, and all that to it to make it look more better. Do you understand, Mr. Francis?
Yes, boss. I can.
Okay. So let's move on. So I said I was going to recap the last lesson I gave. So to be able to use the what is it called? Rainbow charts, very simple. So what I want to do when I said you should the assignment I gave. So I'm coming, I want to look through the assignment again. So I said you should what is it? Okay, use the ribbon chart to visualize the total profit for each product for the month of February, March, and March, and February, January, and March. That's the month we have. The second assignment is use the tree map visual to display the total units sold to each customer. So that's really easy. So I'm going to just create a new page because of space. To use the rainbow chart, just print it again, and then I just say we should do is bring in the what do you want to analyze that unit sold. So I said for months, you bring in the month. The month is going to be the x-axis. Okay. So what you need to do is now we don't have analyze it, not added months to this and all that. But I can actually bring in this my date purchase in here, and I can just trim it down just to months. So bring in date purchase. If I bring in any date purchase, I see it's cuts it out for me. You see year, quarter, month, and day. So if I just want to get the day, the month alone, I don't want the year, I don't want the day. So I'll see, I get the month alone. You can see it here. Then I want to by total profits for each product for the month of for each item. So I will now put in the month, the product name in this my legend area now. So you can see that now. So for the month of January, you see the different products here. You see the backpack. You see solar battery flashlight. You can see them here. So for if you want to know the color for a particular one, you come up here, you can see the ribbon colors for them. For the blue is the backpack, which is the last one. The dark blue is duct tape. Orange is multi-tool, rival, and knife. That's that. So and if you go over between this, it gives us more information about our data, like the ranking, the units sold, some of units sold for this, the ranking, percent, ranking change, the way the ranking change, that if it changes or it does not change and all that. We come down to this particular one too. I see the ranking for the month of January and month of February and March for this particular part here. So that's how you can get the assignment with the rainbow chart. Then the map visual is
sorry, Mr. Kinsley.
Yes, I can hear you. Well, let's speak on that.
Sorry, over on that version. I think I want to
ask a question. Yeah, go ahead.
Please over on the now. I can see months.
Yeah.
I can see several months here. Why are we having this several months here?
This is the rainbow chart gives you more information about your data. So it's telling you in January, I don't look
okay. Regardless of what
yeah, so if you have like states, it's going to show you in this state, this has this there. So I guess, and the ranking is this.
Okay.
You can see it shows us January will rank number 3, February will rank this product, this particular rank number 5. Then the rank change is 2. So from January to February, the rank changes to see changes from 3 that it was down to, that is decreases.
So showing the downward movement,
yeah. So that's what that chart does. So that's that. Then I said use the tree map too to visualize the use the tree map to visualize total units sold to each customer. I'm going to click out and I'm going to bring in my tree map, which is this here. Tree map visual. Bring it in, bring it down like this. Bring it down like this. Then I bring in my unit sold. So if I bring in my unit sold, you're going to give me this and different for each customer. So I'm going to bring in customer name.
Unit sold by product name.
No, unit sold by unit sold. Is that what I said? Use the tree map.
Unit sold by customer.
Yeah, by customer. So that's it. You can see this is the unit sold. But now we only see the listing when we over it. So you can put in what I also you can. I didn't say that, but you can format it to show. Show the data.
Product name too.
You can add product name if you want.
Yeah, you can see the product is being sold by the customer.
Add product. Click on product name and category. Product name, go to category. You can see, but now see how it gives it to you. So you can see this is the value, this is the detail. So this color is for this particular customer.
Yeah.
This is for the customer Uncle Jonas Prep Store. This you can see for the unit for the knife and all this you can see. So if you come back to the data level, turn on. You need to make this bigger so that I can be able to see. So you can see it's there. So Apocalypse Preppers United, you have 63 units, 69 units sold to them. And it's if you also over it, you see the tooltip. The tooltip will show you what you have: product name, stainless, steel axe. Apocalypse United, we sold 221 to them. So that's the breakdown of the assignment. For the people that didn't really get it well, can go ahead and do a revision on that. So any question? So please, if you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand and need to ask a question.
I have a question, but I think you don't have something similar to that on this visual here. So if in the place so that you measure, like let's assume we have this product name
Yeah.
by 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 address. So now it's listed it, and we use a bash chart or column chart to visualize that. In the case where we have more than 10 product name and we have more than 20, so what if we would do that? Was at the end of the day, when you use it based on that visual, you discover that this scroll button on the right will still be showing we are paying on the virtual. So how do we remove that? Apart from drilling it down to top 10 or top 5. How do we remove that?
The only way the scroll bar button will show, if it's scroll, will show is if you have other distance down. It will not show if you don't have any. But if you have other, it needs to be there because it needs to show you other ones. But if you don't want it to show, you just make that visual bigger. So the bigger it is, if it gets to the last one, it will just this thing will just disappear.
Okay. I was thinking there's another way to apart from being.
The reason why is because you have a data
top 10. That is large, yeah. Thank you.
So, Mr. Favor, please go ahead and.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to comment on the.
Can't hear you.
On the second aspect of the assignment, asking us to do. I can see what you have done now. So I just want to ask that we have already submitted without considering product.
I cannot hear you. The network is breaking. Can you hear me, Mr. Favor? I can no longer hear you. I don't know if my network or from yours. Can any other person hear you, or it's just from?
His network is bad.
Sorry, Mr. Favor, I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me, Mr.
Bringing it.
I can't hear you, Mr. Favor. I can't hear you.
But I'm hearing all of you.
I think it's your network because I cannot hear you. I'm seriously, it's just breaking. I'm just hearing you bit by bit. I think I got what it's saying. The tree map video that I used, that I added some information. You can go ahead. I saw some people's own that didn't look nice. So for people that did not read it very well, should they do their own with what I just did? If you feel like your own is not looking like my own, you can also still redo it. I just added extra stuff. I know the text I added there was different. I didn't add the two tip, like the label. I did not turn on the label, and I did not use the product name. So what I added there was just to display by customer. But I added product name here. So that's just a different thing I added there. So if you want to add your own, you can redo it and add it. But if you don't, it was not actually typed there. Just so please, if you have other questions, go ahead, unmute and ask a question. So in the answer for any other question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Casey, what is the best way? Like when you have a large data set and you're looking at the null value that you have in it is accumulated to maybe 15 to 10% of the entire data set. So looking at what the requirement is and everything, what is the best way to do to that kind of amount of null value?
I didn't understand. And there's one thing I didn't talk about. I'm very sorry.
You understand?
I don't understand what you said, but go ahead.
Can I repeat myself?
Yeah, go ahead and repeat yourself.
Okay, I said let's assume we have a large data set that has a null value like what they call it?
Okay,
null value.
Okay, has
blank.
Yeah.
Yes, number. Yeah, that's blank. That is amount to like 15% of the entire data set. So what do we do to that kind of situation?
You have
probably,
to, that's
maybe
why,
we didn't have that time.
yes, that's the reason why you need to always take your that Power Query. So I say, you see, you have blank ones. Then in Power Query, you can clear blank areas. In Power Query. So if
I know we can clear the blank area. We can remove nulls. So,
yes.
but in some situation, if we don't look at this data properly, and you are removing,
I can no longer hear you. So in that case, if you're analyzing, if the null will be there, but if you get the answer, it will give you the correct answer. But if you go and select the one that has, maybe your answer is meant to show null. If you say you want to select the row 70, total units sold of the row from row 70, this to this, and those rows are null, they want to get null because they are empty. So, but if you have the ones that have value, it's going to also add the values for you if you are summing up to give you the correct answer, but it's going to ignore the ones that are empty. But it's always better for you not to have confusion. You always need to clean up your data. So the reason why I did not take you to Power Query for coming here is because my data is already clean. But always check your data before going into your thing to analyze. Take it to Power Query. Power Query should be an habit. Take it to Power Query first. Clean up the data if you have any error. If you don't have anything, you go back to your this and start your visualizing. But first of all, check if you have. Check your. I can hear you.
What in a case Power Query cannot handle the data, because you know that data that the Power BI and Power cannot handle, except you clean it properly from maybe SQL before you not bring it here.
If Power Query cannot handle it, for any place you have error, you're going to get error in your when you're trying to visualize. But the place that you have a correct number or a correct this thing, you're going to get your correct answer. But if you have error, anywhere you have error, if you get it, or maybe it's empty, it will give you blank.
That was the day I was trying to do a data, and the data is very large. It's about 50,000.
Okay.
So bringing that data into Power Query is hanging. Except I'm only going to look at look at the entire data set. The Power Query keep rolling. It can keep rolling for like another 5 hours. So that I said I have to shut it down, and I have to make sure that I do all my cleaning, whatever I needed in the
that one now is not from Power Query. It's from your system.
From the system?
Yeah. If your Power Query is not running, if it's not loading, if it's just loading slowly, that means your system cannot carry this thing very well. Because your Power Query is always meant to open. So if you have system of 4 gig RAM, it's always the Power BI will always load. For even 8 gig RAM set, the Power BI will always supposed to come up. And if the data is very large, it's always going to take time to load too. If you're not using a very strong system.
That's what I was saying. My system is 6 gram. So
it's
not 8.
Okay.
So the data is around 50 to 60,000.
So I think if the data is also large, it also affects the load too.
That's all.
It's what affects loading. But you always have to clean it up, because if you not clean it up, there's nothing Power BI can do for you. That's why you have the Power Query there to clean up the data. It will calculate the one that has the value, but the one that has error, it's also going to show you error.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so please, if you have anybody has any other question, please message me. Because of time, I have to start going home. I'm still in the office. So if you have any other question, message me. So I'm going to give you a project, 2 actually. I'm going to drop it in the group while dropping this video. So if you guys can be able to finish that before next Saturday, we're going to have a class. But if not, we are going to have the class on Monday. So I need you to finish because the next thing we're going to talk about is publishing the dashboard. So creating a Power BI service account and then publishing the Power BI service account. That's the next thing we need to talk about. So, but I need you to have already finished the assignment I'm going to give to you. I'm going to give you to this data, and there's another full data set that a very large data set that I have. A very large data set that I have that I want to give you guys for analyzing too. So I am going to put it out. So if we are not able to finish up on time, I'm going to put up a vote on that. For the people that have finished the assignment, if you're not able to finish it, you're going to move the class from Saturday till Monday so that others can finish the assignment. So okay, so guys, please, if you have any other question, anybody, just message me and I'll answer your question because of time. So I'll see you guys Saturday or Monday, and I'll drop the class. Let's say tomorrow. I'll try to edit it. Take my system home and try to edit it now. I've been seeing the complaint on me not dropping the thing earlier. I will make a good effort to drop the class area so that everybody will go through it and be able to do the assignments and submit. Okay, so good night, everyone. I'll see you guys on Saturday or Monday, depending on the day we decide to meet. Good night. Have a great night rest. Yeah, good night. Good night. Good night, everyone.